Hey guys, RunnerMan15 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing NVIDIA GeForce Now. Now, what NVIDIA GeForce Now is, it's a streaming service, a free streaming service that can be used on almost any PC or Mac, and you can play almost any game that you want to play, whether you have a good PC or not a good PC. No, you do have to own the game in order to play it. So in order to use NVIDIA GeForce Now, you do need a good internet connection, and as you can see here, there's quite a few titles to choose from. If you're going to use NVIDIA GeForce Now, an Ethernet cord is not required, but it's recommended. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and head over to NVIDIA.com, and I'll put the link in the description below. And basically, here you can sign up to use the beta, and here are the specs for macOS. Shield is a console that you can actually buy, and it's kind of like Google Stadia, except for Google Stadia was a disaster, and NVIDIA GeForce Shield actually works. So you can see here are all the different specs for the different iMacs. And really the oldest iMac can be a 2008 MacBook. Now for a Windows, you do have to have 2 GHz CPU or better, 4 gigs of memory, a GPU that supports DirectX 11, an NVIDIA GeForce 600 series, an AMD H3 3000 series or newer, or an Intel Graphics 2000 series or newer. And if you have a GTX 800M series, please read that article. You can find all of this on the NVIDIA GeForce Now page. Now, NVIDIA GeForce Now is actually updated quite often. There are regular client updates where they add and remove games, which is where I'm going to go to this next part, which is one of the things that I don't really like about NVIDIA GeForce Now, is that they remove a lot of games off of their streaming service quite often. And games like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 doesn't quite work. If you want to find the NVIDIA GeForce Now download, I'll put the link in the description below for Mac and Windows. They're right here, the Mac, PC, and Shield TV version, and basically just downloads, and you can go ahead and use it, blah blah blah. Now I'm going to show you how to launch a game. Basically, you just find a game that you have already, and you will go up to it and basically press play. So as you can see, I have a lot of different titles to choose from. Well, I don't have a lot of titles to choose from. These are all my different titles. So basically, you just press play, and it does that, and it'll connect to it. There's different settings like what server location you want it to be. There's different streaming quality for either internet saving or if you want the max amount of quality. Direct mouse input depends on if you have a wired or Bluetooth mouse. And your network status, which basically shows what resolution the game is running at and what FPS is running at. Now, one thing that I don't really like about NVIDIA GeForce Now is that you can't play certain games that used to be here. So, for instance, GTA 5 was like one of the most popular games. It worked perfectly fine, and they just removed it for no reason. Basically, I'll show you here. They used to have a bunch of GTA games on NVIDIA GeForce Now, and they're no longer on NVIDIA GeForce Now, unfortunately, which I don't know why they would remove it. So if I go ahead and search it here, you're going to find that there's no Grand Theft Auto. Another game that I do enjoy playing from time to time is Project Cars 2. Well, there you have the first Project Cars, which I don't have, but they don't have the second Project Cars, which I do have, and I can't play it on Mac. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but hopefully they'll add it back. And that's just, there's a send feedback tab where you can request games, report issues, and stuff like that. But I found that it doesn't really work. Well, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just, I don't know. The developers say to use this to respond to them, to send them feedback, but I've heard nothing from them. So yeah. Now, a cool thing that you can do inside of NVIDIA GeForce Now is that there is a Steam option which you can actually go to your Steam, to a Steam launcher, and you can play just about any game that you want to play, but it does have to download. Whereas if you were to just play one that's supported, if it's not a supported game, it'll take the full time to download as it normally would. But if it's a supported game, it'll download instantly. Now, not all the unsupported games work, so you have to kind of experiment. And basically here I'm launching Steam right now, and I'll go ahead and show you. Alright, so for instance here, if I try to play Heroes and Generals, it's not a supported game. If I click install and next, it'll pop up with a message saying that it's not supported and you have to download it each time you want to play it. So I'll go ahead and cancel it because I'm not going to play it right now. So yeah, that is my review overall on NVIDIA GeForce Now, is that it's a pretty good streaming service. The waitlist takes a really long time to get on, but once you get it, it's really worth it. But you do need a fast internet connection. So overall, I think it's pretty good for a free streaming service.